try doing this by yourself. It's not going to happen. You've got to be a pretty big company or a pretty big brand to go out and do this by yourself, unless you have some sort of specialty. And
Lunch with Norm. Lunch with Norm. Lunch with Norm.
Hey everyone, this is Norm Farrar, aka the Beard Guy here, and welcome to another Lunch with Norm, the eCommerce and Amazon FBA podcast. Today we're going to be discussing getting the most out of your Prime Day with affiliate partnerships. We're going to be talking about how big is Prime Day going to be this year, how to create deals for Prime Day, and how can sellers work with deal affiliates. All right, welcome to another Lunch with Norm, the e-commerce and Amazon FBA podcast. All right, as discussed, we are going to be talking about getting the most out of Prime Day with affiliate partnerships. Our guest today is co-founder and CMO of Levanta, a new affiliate platform that connects Amazon sellers with the revenue-generating publishers, affiliates, and influencers to promote their products. He previously co-founded Grovia, a partner recruitment agency that was acquired by Acceleration Partners. And we're talking about Rob Schab. Okay, and can't wait to start talking with Rob as soon as we get back from the sponsor. And this is going to be a live read, so stay tuned for NASCAR accident. Well, I hope not. This is for Seller Basics. Hey, Amazon sellers, ever faced account suspensions, ASIN hiccups, or IP headaches? Introducing Seller Basics, your Amazon account's guardian, with just $99 per month or code NORM $89 per month. Seller Basics offers a dedicated team to shield your business from these challenges. Plus, this membership offers free legal consultations from seasoned e-commerce attorneys. No long-term contracts, and you can cancel with just a month's notice. You can view Seller Basics as your Amazon account's health plan. Check it out at sellerbasics.com. Now for the disclaimers. Seller Basics is not an insurer or law firm. Consultations come from independent firms. Results may vary. Membership is needed before events leading to claims, and terms apply. All right, now let's get to Rob. How's it going, Rob?
Hey, Norm. Going great. Good to be back and chatting with the Beardos.
Yeah. So we've got a bunch on the line right now, a bunch listening, and this is going to be an interesting topic, with Prime Day coming up and the size of Prime Day, like with everything that's happening and the frequency of Prime Day and the frequency of other platforms, like Walmart has their Walmart days. How big is Prime Day?
I mean, Prime Day is massive. As an Amazon addict myself, I can attest that I am on top of the deals. All my friends are. Everyone's browsing Amazon on Prime Day. But more specifically, like looking at the numbers, it's impressive, and it's been growing year over year. Just like more anecdotally, I've seen a handful of bigger Amazon 3P sellers that are seeing 18x sales on these marquee deal events. We've talked briefly about Levanta. We have about 1,000 brands on Levanta. Last Prime Day, our average sales increase across the entirety of the brand portfolio was about 10x in sales on the two July Prime days. So so much opportunity there to drive awareness, drive sales, launch new products, generate recurring customers. It's a big time for sellers.
Yeah, I remember this wasn't that long ago. I think it was last year or the year before. We had a brand come on and they wanted us to work with their DSP. And they were with us for about 3 months. And then Prime Day came up. They had a 25 times ROAS.
Ooh.
It's crazy. And I mean, they what they were selling, it was $160. And they were selling tons of them. I don't know. I forget the exact number, but and at the beginning, so I'm going to go back to a day when Amazon's Prime Day was something incredible. And that was probably in around 2017-ish. And I remember another client that went, and this is going to be a pointer, by the way. They sold $750,000 during Prime Day. Now, this is off of their Shopify site and on their Amazon site. The only thing that they didn't check was their profit margin, where they lost a ton of money. Yeah.
But that's okay. Sometimes that's okay, right? Because there's more to these deal events than being profitable, right?
Right. It could be brand awareness.
Brand awareness. There's, depending on the type of brand, for a supplements brand or a subscription brand, you might intend to lose money on those initial sales because there's going to be so many residual effects. You're going to have recurring revenue from subscribers. You're going to have organic rank increase. You're going to get a bunch of reviews and ratings from these customers, especially knowing they got a great deal on it. So, there's more to these deal days than just, I need to make a great profit. I would, in many times, expect to not be incredibly profitable on these days.
But you know what's funny, and this is just another rabbit hole, but the same company put a nail in their coffin because after Prime Day, after their loss, they didn't tell me they were doing this, which you can't do. You've got to let the guy who's marketing for you know what you're doing. They went and they emailed 180,000 people to go to their Amazon store, and their conversion rate killed them. We had them at around a 23% conversion rate, and they went under 1%. So guess what happened to their brand?
I don't want to know.
Yeah. Yeah. So all of a sudden, Amazon wasn't looking at them favorably anymore.
Yeah.
And, just stupid things. And this, you have to understand the platform. You have to understand what you're doing. And if you don't, there's reasons why you should hire a professional to do it, because they'll get the results, even though you have to pay a little bit, which is kind of like working with your company. It's different. A lot of people don't think about the affiliate side, but let's talk about that for a second. How can Amazon sellers benefit from affiliate marketing?
Yeah, it's a good question. And a good point that this is relatively new, and it's worth having a lengthy discussion about it because there are a lot of benefits to this. There are also a lot of challenges with this, and I always like to address those up front. But really the main thing here is, in talking about Prime Day and how successful this can be for a seller, it can be a hugely lucrative couple of days for third-party sellers. Now, traditionally, there wasn't a lot you could do to really control what happens to your brand and your sales on Prime Days. You set your deals, sometimes you set Prime Day deals hoping that Amazon's going to give you good slots. Sometimes you just run regular deals and hope it works out. And you're kind of at the whim of whatever Amazon does to promote those deals. Sometimes it works out in a huge way, and sometimes there's not a huge uplift. Now, what affiliate marketing has done it essentially puts the control back into the seller's hands. You can run deals, and then you can control who sees those deals. You can spread those deals widely to way bigger shopper bases. And that can be done through affiliate marketing. So, we'll talk about each of these in a little bit more depth, but we have deal groups and deal communities and deal sites. Think of like Brad's Deals or, Deal News, Retail Me Not even. Traditionally, if you're an Amazon seller, it's like, I don't even know. I can't really work with those folks. I can't really offer them incentives to promote my deal over a different deal, right? That has changed. Now you can actually reach out to those folks and say, hey, promote this deal and I'll give you this kickback. And that's how they like to work. And it's not just specifically deal groups. It's also, content affiliates, media buyers, all sorts of different types of affiliates, even influencers that want to promote these deals. And so it unlocks a lot of different levers that Amazon sellers previously didn't have for growth. And that's one of the big benefits of affiliate marketing.
Is it expensive?
Not particularly. I think the best part about affiliate marketing is, and especially coming from, the Amazon ecosystem, when you're used to most of your marketing channels being cost per click or PPC, affiliate marketing in general is going to be a cost per sale. You get to control how much it costs, right? You get to say, okay, for this particular sale on this deal or on this product, I only want to offer 5% or 10%, or maybe you want to get aggressive and offer a 50% commission. It's up to you. And I think because of that, it's inherently inexpensive. In fact, other than, looking at, Levanta specifically, like we have a platform fee. Any affiliate platform is going to have a platform fee. The actual channel itself is the least expensive channel there is. It can be literally, no cost at all if you want it to be.
Yeah. And I do want to talk about that. When you're working with any platform that puts together a network of people, it could be affiliates, it could be anything. There's a cost to be, you have to pay. It's like anything else. I mean, that's what you're doing. You're going out, you're assembling these people to make it easy, because try doing this by yourself. It's not going to happen. You've got to be a pretty big company or a pretty big brand to go out and do this by yourself, unless you have some sort of specialty. And this is something I remember I was talking, a friend of yours, Kevin King. I was talking with Kevin. I think it was in Chicago, and I think Luke was there when we were having this discussion about why wouldn't you go with a company like yours, like Levanta? And we were talking about your company specifically. I mean, he said it in his newsletter. If you're not using this company, you're crazy. That's exactly what he said. Well, not quite what he said, but
something like that.
yeah, paraphrase. But it's just another way of getting sales. Now, here's a question for you. You said, 5%, 10%, 20%. Like, and I know this could be like asking how much is a piece of string, but on average, what do you have to be? How much do you have to give away to get sales?
It's a great question. And this is probably the most common question we get for prospective clients. I actually have a pretty good breakdown of this. Now, again, we have 1,000 brands on Levanta, more than that now. I think we have about 180,000 ASINs that we're managing. Across the entire platform, the average commission is about 18%. Keep in mind that specifically for third-party sellers that are going through this channel, that are leveraging this channel, they're going to qualify for the brand referral bonus. I don't know if this is something that every seller is familiar with by now, but basically the brand referral bonus is any sales generated through Amazon attribution, which is what Levanta and other affiliate platforms leverage. Any sales generated through attribution are going to qualify for essentially this average of a 10% kickback on every single sale. So when I say the average commission is 18%, that is in effect actually like 8%, right? Because you're getting 10% of that back on average. Now that ranges. Appliances and electronics are going to be an average of closer to like 13%. And, our supplements brands, some of our best supplements brands are offering like an 80% commission on our platform, sometimes even more than 100%, I think, just because they've really done the analysis on, look, I know that the average LTV or the lifetime value of this customer is going to be, $1,000 on a $100 product. So I'm actually willing to pay a lot to get the customer in the door, not necessarily paying for just that purchase, but I'm paying for that customer. So, it ranges by category is kind of my point. But I would say that, anything above, really any commission is actually really attractive, because a lot of these Amazon associates are so used to a 2 or 3% commission from Amazon. If you can come in and offer them anything, it's a bonus. But if you can offer them average 18%, great. If you can offer them even more than that, you're going to set yourself apart from the competition, which is really important when, this channel's growing. It's maybe a year and a half, 2 years old. So there are a lot more sellers starting to do this. It is becoming a little bit more competitive, but it's still early. There's still a chance to come in and beat out all the competition with a competitive commission.
Now, you talked about the lifetime value. It's so important. If you don't know the lifetime value of your customer, you're going in there blind. Excuse me. For us, with beauty products, we know 30 days they're going to buy again.
Mhm.
We know the retention rate. We think we know the retention rate. For other products like supplements, how long is that? I know I had a really good conversation once with Charles Livingston, who has a supplement brand, and he knew it to a T. Every single one of his brands, any combination, and you have to know it. That first sale we have with our product, we know we can give up the price of the product. Like if it's a $10 bar of soap, or if we bundle it, that first bundle, we're giving it away pretty much at free. We're going to go out until we hit that acquisition of a free bundle of soap, knowing that as soon as they use it, they're going to come back and do it more. But you have to know that. That's one thing. It's just as important as knowing your audience. And I guess working with your affiliate group to save time and money, you would really have to know those affiliates and get to know what their audience is, and even if you should even target them. And is there a way to do that on your platform?
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of our specialties, and I actually have questions for you on that previous point, but I'll answer this for you. Yeah, I mean, one of the benefits of our affiliate network or marketplace is what we call it, is that we have a lot of different filters, sorting, and the like, so that you can come in and basically say, look, I sell supplements or I sell beauty products. I want to see affiliates that have specifically indicated that they specialize in these categories. And I also want to see specifically affiliates that their primary promotional method is deal and coupon or content or influencer. You can then sort by size. And this is something that I recommend actually for any size of seller. Just like any marketplace, you're not the only one recruiting out of that marketplace. So if you're a smaller seller, or a lesser known seller with a lesser known brand, narrow your affiliate or influencer search to smaller affiliates and smaller influencers, because they're not getting as much interest and engagement from other sellers and brands. So you can come in and say, look, I want to see Facebook deal groups with anywhere between 50,000 and 200,000 followers. And that might be your sweet spot. And maybe you might have some success with one of those and go find 20 more of those. So there's ways to get creative. I don't actually think that there's necessarily a science to it. I think it's going to be unique to everyone, but we do give you the tools to, experiment and kind of find what is going to work for you.
Okay. Now, I know during your introduction, I was talking about, we're going to be talking about ways of creating deals for Prime Days. And just, I guess, different ways within Amazon that you can create these deals so you'll drive the sales.
Yeah. So truthfully, this is probably one place where I'm actually not the Amazon expert per se. I have 10 years experience in affiliate marketing, and I actually, until recently, I don't actually sell on Amazon myself. But I know that what a lot of sellers are doing now, or they are submitting deals for Prime Day, and this requires
the Prime
Amazon.
Day deals. Yep.
Right. And it's not always guaranteed that you're going to get that slot. The Prime Day exclusive deals, it's exclusive for a reason. So what I've actually seen a lot of our sellers do are they submit those deals, kind of cross their fingers and hope it works out. Meanwhile, they're actually also submitting, lightning deals or working with the coupon suite and creating a clippable coupon or a social promo code. And what I've seen work even better is actually what a lot of our deal groups and deal influencers, they call it deal stacking. So you might run a lightning deal or just a price drop, and then you'll in tandem run a like a clippable coupon or social promo code, so that a user can see, oh, this is already discounted, and I'm going to check this box and get an additional 20% off or whatever it may be. Shoppers get really excited about these like stackable discounts, and it converts better than anything you could possibly do. The deal affiliates, they absolutely eat that up, and they will prioritize those deals and promote the heck out of those deals that are sort of stacked, if you will. So that's sort of the depth of my how to create coupons and optimize your coupon strategy.
Well, I've got a few different ways of doing it. These are kind of unorthodox, but they are standards. Like, this has been around for a long time, at least 20 years. But one is the gift book, what are they called? I'm so old. I can hide my own Easter eggs. The gift magazines. You can go into there, you can promote every magazine, every site has their own gifting site, no matter who they are. If they specialize in pets or if they're, Fox News, everybody has something like that. The other thing that you might want to consider, and again, every niche has this, you just have to find the leaders out there, are the newsletters. You can sponsor a newsletter and you'll get some really great response. And believe me, it could be really cheap for the exposure that you get. Just have to get, just understand the audience that this is going out after. And the other thing that you can do, and I've got two left. One is sponsor a podcast. A podcast has a ton of ears. You can get so much exposure. Plus, podcasts usually go onto social media. You can the other thing I was going to say, probably one of the most important things that you can do is run a pre-Prime Day, either a 2-week to 1 week pre-Prime Day sale. You can email your email list. If you don't have an email list, start building an email list. We've got 3 or 4 different podcasts on that, or more than that. But if you do this and you offer a better deal than what's on Prime Day, you're going to get sales, and you're going to notice, I don't know if anybody out there listening, your sales drop or they plateau, and usually drop leading up to a Prime Day or any holiday. All of a sudden, boom, the holiday happens, Prime Day happens, and they skyrocket. Well, to plateau that, give a 5% off, give a better option, give away something, or if they purchase it, they won't get during Prime Day. But you can figure that out. All I'm saying is target your audience pre-Prime Day. You might end up with 2 different sales from the same person because they're going to go after you during Prime Day. And another thing, I feel like I'm stealing some thunder here from you, Rob, and I don't mean to, but I used to think that for the longest time, I hadn't played around with my price. I am 180 now. I used to preach that, a lot of people drop their pants to get a sale, and that's wrong. Well, depending on your product, I'm dropping my price. Amazon has become a bit more competitive, of course, just a bit, tiny bit more competitive. And you have to sweeten the pot. And if you've got that perceived value out there, if you can get that pattern interruption on your search, on those search pages, and people click, if you have a better price, doesn't have to be the lowest, but a better price, or show a discount, that stackable coupon, like you said, that's going to attract the people, and that's how you're going to get the sale, period. So I've changed my strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what you're talking about here, at least with some of those previous points, is more on the deal distribution side of things. Is like, okay, you've set your deals. Now, how do you go out there and you make people aware of them? Like, what are the different channels there? And it actually, like, it makes a ton of sense. Like, before you even get to the affiliate side of things, like, focus on your own distribution channels. Most sellers are probably going to have an email list that they can reach out to. That's a great place to start. But I think then looking at these third-party external traffic, if you want to use the Amazon buzzword, is another direction to go. So I mentioned, some of the like deal Facebook groups. This is one where if anybody comes away with anything from this episode, it's this point. There are so many mom groups on Facebook where they have 500,000, 1 million followers, all in this group just looking for the best Amazon deals. Now that's the great place to start. Then there are like dedicated deal sites. I mentioned, Deal News, Hip to Save, Crazy Coupon Lady, Brad's Deals. That's another one. The next biggest is actually one that you just mentioned. I call it gift guides. It's actually working.
That's what I meant. That's his old age.
I should have jumped in. I wasn't sure where you were going, but gift guides is what they call it. And you're right. Fox News. We work with a lot of big affiliates, and some of them don't always like being publicized on podcasts, but I'll name drop a few that do. We work with CNN and Vox Media and Business Insider and Hearst, and I mean, pretty much any of those big publications. We have them in our affiliate network, and while they may just seem like news outlets, all of them have this best Prime Day sales, best washer dryer combos for the holidays. They're putting out this deal focused content. And not only is that reaching the audience that they have, but a lot of them are putting ad spend behind these articles. This is one of the biggest pieces. We call this media buying. And this is sort of its own type of affiliate, is people that will go create this content and then buy social traffic, buy Google traffic to that content, which then drives sales to your brand. That is honestly the biggest strategy in our affiliate network, is working with those types of affiliates. And the only way you can work with them is by being on an affiliate network. So if you want to tap into that massive channel, this is your cue. This is your ticket.
We were working with another brand years ago, and it was pillows. And about every quarter, our sales would spike. And all of a sudden you had $100,000 extra in sales. Mm-hmm. Prices weren't discounted. We weren't running any special promos, but it would be 100,000 extra in sales. We're going, what the heck? Then I'm not sure who stumbled on it, but Wirecutter, owned by the New York Times, voted our pillow, the best pillow on the market. We never paid. We never put it into their gift guide. All of a sudden, we have to thank them for $100,000 in extra sales every quarter. Now, I think either most or all categories of Wirecutter you pay now. I'm not 100% sure, but at the time it was free. They just picked the best products. Crazy.
Yeah, and especially like some of these, there's certain holidays that you don't even know exist out there, like Sleep Week. I had never heard of this. Wirecutter and these other publications are all of a sudden doing massive volumes on Sleep Week. I didn't know people were going out and specifically buying pillows and melatonin on this random week of the year. In the same thing as one of our publishers, similar to who you just mentioned, 2 days before Memorial Day weekend, they did about $600,000 in sales for mosquito repellent. And I was wondering, like, all of a sudden we had this massive spike in sales, and I'm like, mosquito repellent, what happened? It's exactly that. Somebody put an article out on, things you need for Memorial Day weekend, and boom, skyrocketed. So the only way to take advantage of those opportunities is to have an affiliate program. So
right. All right. We're at the bottom of the hour, and at the top of the hour, we have something unique to the podcast called the Wheel of Kelsey. And this is where usually our guest gives away a product or a service. And today, Rob, what are we giving away?
Today we got a free month of Levanta. So, I'm sitting here talking about you need to use affiliate marketing. You need to have an affiliate platform. Well, here's a chance for somebody to test it out for free for a month. And probably with I don't know when this episode's going live, but probably the best timing possible with Prime Day being about a month away. So
It's live right now.
That's right.
We're live. That's why I got to that's why people watch this podcast, for me to screw up, just like I said at the beginning, that NASCAR race, you're looking for the accident. So, all right. So to join, as you can see, some people are putting in hashtag Wheel of Kelsey, but you can get a second entry if you put in, or if you tag 2 people. So hashtag Wheel of Kelsey, tag 2 people. Now, let me talk about Kelsey. I'm going to go to a sponsor. It's a live read. Not even, I'm going to make it up. But this book, Start, Scale, Exit, Repeat. Steve Fillion, I see you out there. You were at BDSS. You were in Hawaii. I don't know if you went over to Level Up, but if you went, no, you didn't go over because you're traveling the island with your family. But Colin Campbell spoke for an hour on this book and the Start, Scale, Exit, Repeat. And he went through the life cycle and the journey of an entrepreneur and the mindset. And it was awesome. It was an incredible opportunity to really, I thought it was one of the best presentations out there. And a lot of other people did too. This book, Start, Scale, Exit, Repeat, is about that. The entrepreneurial journey, the good, the bad, the ugly. It goes through a breakdown. It's a business reference guide. And if you're interested in understanding the journey, what to do next, and really a successful formula, plus roughly around 200 interviews he went through to get the interviews that he got in this book. One Joe Foster, Vern Harnish, some pretty big names. But it's available on Amazon. I think last week it was number 2 still. I forget which category it was, either small business or something like that related to it, entrepreneurship. But overall, since it's been launched, it's been number 1 in, I think, 15 different categories. It's available on Kindle. It's on Audible, and you can also get soft cover and hardcover. So I think that's it. And now we can come back. All right. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Questions, by the way. Guys, if you have any questions out there, it could be about the platform itself, or it could just be a question about affiliate marketing. It could be about Prime Day. Make sure you throw them in there so we can get them answered. So we'll be cutting off a little early today, but we have time for some questions. We still got a bunch of questions for Rob, but throw them in there and we'll get to it. All right, now let's talk about, you've got product and Amazon services like you were talking about, but what happens if you have a Shopify site?
Yeah, that's that's where affiliate marketing really originated, right? Was on your own D2C Shopify store. So affiliate marketing is blowing up over there just as well. And I started in the D2C affiliate ecosystem. I could probably talk about this for hours, but if you've got a Shopify store, you should absolutely have an affiliate program. The biggest name in the business for having an affiliate software is impact.com. They're sort of the best in the biz. Now, at times they can be expensive. I think they've recently launched sort of a lightweight Shopify version that maybe is, from what I remember, $99 a month if you wanted to get started that way. But there are tons of different options. You have AWIN, Share Sale, you have Commission Junction, CJ, you have Reversion, which was one that I was a big fan of back in the day. I would recommend talking with an affiliate agency, and they will sort of help guide you to the right platform, given your brand. So, and there are a lot of agencies out there that, range from, inexpensive to, they've been around, they, provide a really white glove service and are a little bit more expensive. I would check out Paul Street. I would check out Versa Marketing, DMI Partners, Partner Centric, Hawk Media. there's a ton of great agencies out there that can really, those ones that I just mentioned, I mentioned them specifically because they're all great at managing your D2C, your Shopify affiliate program, and your Amazon affiliate program, whether that's on Levanta or something else. So it's usually a good direction to go. Start by talking with an agency.
And this is another area that we don't really talk about, and at least not on the Amazon side, but go to a conference, Affiliate World, Affiliate Summit. There's all sorts of these. If you want to learn, and understand, they have workshops. Take a course so you can understand. Just understanding affiliate marketing is like understanding Amazon. Amazon's a beast. And as you break it apart and as you take these bite-sized pieces, you become better and better and better. And you learn how not to pay your Amazon tax. That's the same with affiliates. You learn, what to say, how to contact, all about the different audiences, how to, what are their followers, fake followers, real followers, communication. So to reach out, do you have any advice for people reaching out to affiliate networks or affiliates, individuals? Any advice for people?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is another thing I could go on for a long time about. My previous company, Grovia, was an affiliate recruitment service. So all we did was specialize in crafting, affiliate outreach campaigns, engaging with those affiliates and activating them. For some brands, it can be a really passive thing where you get on an affiliate network like Levanta or Impact, and the affiliates just come flocking to you to promote your brand. They're lining up at the door. For mid-sized small brands, that's not always the case. There is some sort of outreach or engagement that you have to do to guarantee success. It's not just a flip of a switch. So there are a couple important things. The first is the actual initial message or the messages themselves. First of all, I like to balance automation and personalization. Whether you're messaging the affiliate through the network, which you can do through Levanta, or you're emailing them or DMing them on Instagram, the message that you send cannot be spammy. They're going to see right through it. These influencers and affiliates are getting tons of different messages. Try to stand out from the noise, be unique, comment on something specific about that affiliate or that person. Try to be like individualized to that affiliate to cut through the noise. Then the actual body of that message, try to be as compelling as possible in that message. Be upfront, give them all the information they need upfront. Don't give them an essay about the history of your brand, but give them the quick value props on why this product is better than everything else and why this offer is better than anything else you're going to find. This commission is high. The deal we're offering is great. We'll send you free product. Heck, a big enough affiliate will send you a lifetime supply of free product. Just do things that maybe other affiliate or other brands aren't doing. That's going to be your best bet. Then also have numerous touch points. One message is probably not enough. It's a good rule of thumb is try to have numerous touch points, as in multiple messages through multiple channels. Maybe you hit them in the affiliate network through the messaging portal and a DM and an email sequence. I understand that sounds kind of hard, but if you want to work with CNN or Crazy Coupon Lady, that's what it can take sometimes to get their attention. Those are my high-level tips. I could probably kind of go on and on, but any thoughts there?
Yeah, I know for like if I accept friend requests, people reach out, I'll accept. And then within a second, this could be on LinkedIn too, seconds later, or it could be, I'm sure it's automated. But all of a sudden I'll get, and this ticks me off because all I do is I just block them. But it's, oh, hi, dear. Do you sell on Amazon? If you don't know, boom, see ya. And that's for like my side of things, right? I'm not interested in your service. I'm not interested. If you can't take the second to read my bio, and understand like kind of who I am, just like an influencer, kind of who they are, why would I ever work with you? You know, you might be a service or an agency that I really need, but when you have a generic, stupid email that gets, or message that gets to you, you just delete it. You don't even read it. You know, you just goes into the delete pile. The other thing you're talking about, you just said about supplying a lifetime supply of product. People love it. They start promoting it. It's an ongoing thing. Can you ever convert an affiliate to a brand ambassador, a true brand ambassador?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a good point. I was watching The Office on my flight back from London yesterday, and Ryan was quizzing Michael on business in general, and his question was, okay, is it easier to sell to an existing customer or acquire a new customer? This is an obvious answer that Michael obviously got wrong, was they're equal. The answer is obviously it's way easier to sell to an existing customer, right?
Right.
The same thing goes for affiliates and influencers. It's so much easier to get sales out of an existing affiliate than it is to go acquire new affiliates. So when you've got somebody in the door, when you've got somebody who's already promoted your brand, do not let them go. Your exact point is at a certain point, they become an ambassador. If you're doing something like giving a lifetime supply of product, you're getting on calls with them and having conversations and actually building that relationship. These people start to promote you because they like you and they like your brand and your products. They're not necessarily in it for the money. They're in it for, they just like your product and they're sharing it with the world. So that's not uncommon. And there are a lot of things you can do to sort of create that ambassador community.
All right. So before we get to questions, can we just go through just some action steps, 1 to 3, 1 to 5, whatever it is. How do you launch an affiliate program?
Yeah, sure. So first thing is, don't try to do this manually. Norm, you pointed out earlier, it's, the affiliate network and the affiliate recruitment piece of things are incredibly crucial to actually being able to have success in this channel. So the first thing is find an affiliate platform or affiliate network, whether that's on the D2C side or the Amazon side. Could be Levanta. Obviously, I'd love that. It could be Archer affiliate. It could be Wayward. The choices are there. D2C side, you have plenty of options. Go find a platform. Once you do that, for something like Levanta, it's really easy to kind of get things set up, configured, and launched. It's connecting your Seller Central account. We pull in all of your products. You choose which ones you want to activate and make available for affiliates to promote. When you choose those products, you essentially choose what commission you want to offer on those products. That's usually based on your strategy and your profit margins. How profitable do you want to be on each sale? Once you do that, you can essentially go live with an affiliate program. I've seen a lot of brands launch their affiliate program in less than an hour. So that part's easy. Probably the more time-consuming task is what we just talked about. It's really going out and recruiting and engaging and activating those affiliates. And that's where, the real important part of an affiliate network is, how good is the actual network? How good is that marketplace of affiliates? And I think that's the advantage we have over anyone else in the industry, is we've got that part really dialed in for you. So at that point, I'll just go back to the previous couple points I've made is, go filter things down to make the affiliate network or marketplace a bit more specific to you. Build sort of your outreach templates, something that you can, kind of store in Levanta, and you can send them out and personalize them to the specific affiliate you're reaching out to, and kind of rinse and repeat that. Offer to send product, offer up your deals, offer private commissions, and do that. Send out a few a day. Personalize, 5 to 10 messages and invites each day, and come back and check on applications. No matter what, if you launch on Levanta, you're likely to get inbound applications through the marketplace as well. Be sure to accept those and review those, and then be willing to send out free product. And from there, you're going to start getting sales and start getting traffic and customers. So It can be really easy for big brands, for smaller and new brands. Put in some minor legwork, and it can be a really, really good way to get things off the ground.
So sales velocity, brand awareness, two different types of campaigns. Don't be cheap, because if you're too cheap, you're just not going to get the response. Remember about the affiliate, not the affiliate program, the brand referral program. So these are things to remember, and treating a person fairly, that's important. Communicating properly, that's important. So just kind of keep these things together. And like I said earlier on, and what you just said, don't do this yourself. Really, it's like doing a press release. A lot of people think, oh, I'll do it myself, and they get junk, crappy distribution network. When you're doing it, go to a company that has the distribution network. One last question I had, and that's about, we've talked about products, we've talked about services for affiliates. This is kind of my secret sauce, and it's content affiliation. So affiliate marketing for content. Do you know, or do you want to talk about anything about that? Content distribution?
Now, when you're talking about content, obviously we talked about like the CNNs and the wire cutters of the world. Is there something more specific here that you're referring to?
Yeah, so I'm talking about, again, this is sort of an affiliate play, because you can offer same sort of information. Like it could be an affiliate deal for different content, for different content providers. So you can go out, you can go to a content distribution network, a syndicator, and offer specific affiliate code in that piece of content. And we do this. A lot of people don't realize this, but with press releases, you have a press release distribution network, which can go out and hit content and media providers, influencers, periodicals. You have that same group, a bit more refined, for content. And you can blast out all these blog articles and content that drive people over to your website, and it'll be done through these content syndication platforms. And it's another way of just getting some really great free traffic and purchases for very little. Like if you go over to any good content syndicator, it might be $50, very inexpensive.
Right. I mean, this is, we talked a lot about content in the context of deals, but like there's a whole different context of content that is more like commerce content is actually what we call it in this context. It's going out to, everyone from your Hearst and CNNs and Wirecutters, the biggest content creators out there, all the way down to your smaller, like Gear Junkie type blogs, one man blogs, mom blogs, those types of content creators. Now, obviously there's a lot of overlap with PR and affiliate. The idea, with affiliate is go ask these folks to create net new content around your brand or around that category. Maybe it's something like, best products for that you need for the spring, or best products for Father's Day. Those are some of the most incremental revenue driving types of affiliates, is these content creators. The incremental revenue meaning folks are reading these articles, they've never heard of your brand, and they're going to be a net new customer for you. Whereas a deal site, that may not always be the case, right? They might already have known about your brand. Content, that's usually the case. You're going to drive incremental revenue. So, we focus, our previous company, Grovia, focused specifically on content. That is a category in your affiliate strategy that you need to tap into. It is, some of the best affiliates out there.
Right. Okay. Now let's get into some questions.
All right. The first question is for Rob here. Does Levanta work in Europe?
Yeah. So we just launched in, well, this is not Europe, but we just launched in Canada today. We are making a global expansion effort. We actually launched in the UK about a month ago. So that right now is our European expansion. We've got Spain, Italy, Denmark, Netherlands, and a couple of others on the roadmap. We're hoping in the next 6 months we'll have all countries that Amazon Attribution supports, many of those Europeans. So
great.
And
And
UK right now, yeah.
do you need any Canadian translators? I can help you there.
I would love that. Thanks, Norm.
All right.
All right. Second question is from Rad. Does Levanta vet these affiliates as an agency, or do we need to search for the affiliate?
So kind of two separate questions there. So we're not necessarily an agency, right? We're an affiliate platform, but we do vet every single affiliate that applies for the network. So if people come in inbound, they want to join Levanta, it is seen by humans. We've got a team of publisher development managers that are looking at these. And do they have enough followers to be worthwhile to our network of sellers? Is this quality incremental traffic? If so, we'll add them into the network. You also have the ability to choose which affiliates you work with. So when you're, in our network or in our marketplace, whether you're sending invites or looking at people that are applying to your affiliate program, you have the final say in who you do or do not work with. It's kind of it's going through two filters. It's going through us and through you.
Okay.
Okay. From Simon. Occasionally, I get a flurry of influencers contacting me wanting to do collabs. Not sure what I'm doing to encourage these requests. What could this be?
That's a good sign. I think that, this could be just that you have a popular brand. Maybe you've got a placement on TikTok and other influencers saw that and want to join you. I would, as a word to the wise, be careful. Not all influencers are necessarily influencers that you want to work with. Look for a lot of the times like UGC creators out there. They want you to send them product and they want to charge you a flat fee just to create content, create reels, create TikToks. But they don't actually have an audience. They don't actually drive sales. So you may not want to even waste your time there. It's not always a waste of time. There is a time and place for UGC, but just be careful. Don't go sending a bunch of product and sending a bunch of money to every influencer out there.
Okay, this is a good point. Affiliate marketing and UGC creators, two different things. So let's just talk about that for a brief second. What's the definition for both?
Yeah, so affiliate marketing, the ultimate goal here is to drive sales through affiliate and creator partnerships, right? Like you're trying to actually generate revenue through this marketing channel. UGC, user-generated content, is more for creating brand assets, right? You want content that you can repurpose for a multitude of reasons, right? What a lot of people do is they'll go work with Join Brands, right? The MDS guys own this company called Join Brands, where you can work specifically with different UGC creators. They'll create awesome content for you, but then you need to decide what to do with that content. Maybe it's buying TikTok ads or Facebook or Instagram ads. Maybe it's putting it on your website for testimonials, but it's not in itself going to actually drive sales. You need to drive the sales using that content. Does that work, Norm?
Yep, that's perfect. And a shout out to Ian Sales. We just spent a week with him and Frankie at BDSS. So by the way, I'm going to be talking to Ian or Frankie to see if we can get a deal for Lunch with Norm listeners for their platform.
Tell him I gave him a shout out.
All right, I will.
All right, and we have two questions here. They're both are about the same, but they're both about sending product to influencers and not hearing anything back. So let me just read these two first. From Drip, I have sent a fair amount of free product to prospective influencers that never do anything with it. What can I do to increase the odds that they do? And Simon says, some look good and nice in product, but the results are pretty poor. How can I improve these collaborations?
Yeah, I can address both of those. So, it is a challenging game to master. And there are certainly things you can do to assure, especially when someone like DripFit, you've got really quality products and they're not necessarily cheap for you to send out free product. you need to be careful with that, right? So the first thing is communicate with a lot of these affiliates to another degree, is saying, hey, like, look, I want to send you product, but I've had this issue before where, influencers get the product and they don't necessarily, create any content. There's a couple things you can do. You can put in your terms, your contract, hey, if I send you product, you're guaranteeing that you will include this in some promotion. You can also, what I honestly do suggest, because in affiliate marketing inherently, they're not required to promote your brand, right? If you send product, that doesn't mean they're guaranteed to promote you. But you can say, hey, I'll also give you an additional flat fee, maybe $100, $200, $500 to guarantee that they'll actually promote this. And this is talking specifically about influencers, which is not even always the best affiliate type anyways. So this is if you're trying to get the most out of your affiliate partnerships or your influencer partnerships. I do sometimes actually recommend including some sort of flat fee just to guarantee things. If you're just working on the affiliate basis, the CPA basis, the rev share basis, nothing is guaranteed. With other types of affiliates, you may actually have a higher conversion rate of, I sent you product, you're more likely to promote that product. Influencers, you can come across this.
And ask for timelines. Like on the UGC side, the creators are usually pretty bogged down. And if you are just going back to, I think it was Simon that said he gets bombarded with creators at times. If you take a look at them, these are probably just new creators trying to get in the business, trying to build a brand. They see your product, they like your product, and they're reaching out because they have no following. Mm-hmm. So, and I think you talked a bit about that as well. So just be careful if you want to just get the word out. And, sometimes people that have 500 followers are you'll get better results because it's more of a family that are, listening to the person talk than somebody that's a micro influencer who has, 10,000 to 100,000 followers. But people, it's starting to be less trustful. All right, next.
All right, and the last comment is from Simon. I've also used TikTok Shop affiliate thing, sent product and had affiliate make videos. The results have been utterly shizzle.
Yeah, I mean, Norm, I don't know how much luck you've had with TikTok Shop. I've heard mixed signals. This is not my area of expertise per se. Again, my goal is off Amazon sales to Amazon in a multitude of different channels. TikTok Shop is kind of a different beast, but I've certainly heard this before that, TikTok has millions of influencers, right? Or people with enough followers to where they might call themselves an influencer. It doesn't necessarily guarantee that you're going to generate sales if they've got 50,000 followers and they promote you. And that's if you get them to promote you, right? So this is sort of the numbers game with influencer marketing, whether that's on TikTok Shop or Levanto or other affiliate networks. Do what you can to try to get these folks to promote you, get these influencers to create content around you and post it, but also expect that not all of them are going to. Take the best measures you can, but maybe it's 1 in 10, maybe it's 1 in 20. In many cases, it is a small price to pay to get that one that's going to hit. Right. And not to ramble on this point too much, but I do want to give an example. I work with a company called Ellabella. They now do, they're a hair dryer, curling iron brand, not incredibly well known, but they now do, about $350,000 a month in sales just on Levanta. They acknowledge that they're going to send a lot of product and not everyone is going to promote that product. But every now and then, maybe 1 in 30 even, somebody will promote their product and it will catch some algorithm and it'll drive $75,000 in a day. If you can send out 20 curling irons and one of those results in $60,000 in sales, that's a massive win. It's not going to happen for everyone. There's so many variables like your product, how good is it? How interesting is it? How engaging is it for an audience? But those are just some of the things to think about when you're going out and doing this sort of like, again, if you're specifically focusing on influencers, that's not the only type of affiliate, but that's the game you got to play in that space.
All right. And Kels, if you can highlight Simon's last comment, that is correct. Kelsey. There we go. So yes, they do act as a sales rep. Okay. I want to spend the last minute. I'm not going to do an ad read or anything like that. I want to talk about your platform. I want to talk just briefly, highlight, and we've talked a bunch about it, but what can people expect if they're going over to your platform? And this is, again, something that Kevin said, if you're selling on Amazon and you're not using Levanta, you're crazy. Basically, just basically what he said. Tell us about it. Why should people check out your platform?
Sure, absolutely. I mean, I could give you probably the 45-minute sales pitch.
No, 45 second maybe.
No, I'm totally with you. Look, I mean, at the end of the day, this is a channel that it can unlock a competitive advantage for you. Historically, a lot of Amazon sellers are all doing the exact same thing, and it's insanity because, when 100,000 or 1 million sellers are all bidding on the same ads or using the same strategies, it gets saturated and it gets overly competitive and it gets expensive and then it doesn't work anymore. This is a way for you to come in and try something. At the absolute worst, try something that could potentially be a lucrative channel for you. And that's marketing, right? Marketing is going and testing out different channels. Some of them are going to work. Some of them are not. When you find one that works, you double down. So we have thousands of sellers on our platform that have come, and some of them are generating $2 million a month on our platform. Some are generating $10 million a year on our platform, brands you've never heard of. Some of them are generating $50,000 a month, and they're really, really happy. Some are generating nothing because it didn't necessarily work for them. Maybe they signed up for the platform. They didn't necessarily have the resources to go do affiliate.
They didn't work it too. That could be.
What's that?
They didn't work it.
That's what I mean. Like, again, this is we're a technology, we're a platform. You can't turn on Jungle Scout and all of a sudden get sales, right? You can't turn on Google Analytics and get sales, or Google Ads. Sorry, you need to actually go in and do something, right? So that happens to be the case probably a little more often than anybody would like, is where folks think they can come in, start an affiliate program, and sales just happen overnight. It's just not the reality of things. So, I would recommend give this a try. If you've got the resources, or you've got the, maybe you want to work with an agency as well. If you've got some resources to try a new marketing channel, this is an incredibly lucrative channel for many sellers. It's worth a shot. If you don't have any time, you don't have any resources, maybe you don't have the money to work with a consultant or even, work with a platform like this, maybe it's not for you, but for most sellers, I really think it's worth at least giving it an effort.
All right. Very good. Okay. Now, one of the things, in case you're just joining us now, we are going to be having a draw with the Wheel of Kelsey, and it's for a free month at Levanta. Excuse me. What's that worth? I think you've got you mentioned it was going to be the gold at the beginning when I was just talking with you. What's that worth?
Oh, sorry. I thought you said, what's that word? What's that worth? So Levanta Gold is by default $750 a month. We usually do annual contracts. So, let's see, I think that's $9,000 for the full length of the contract. For this particular deal, you're getting $750 a month off for the first month just to try it out. We also have a standard plan, which is $150 a month. So you could equally, get a free month of that. That's more of the people just want to get their toes wet and try it out, usually upgrade from there. So regardless, you get a free month of either plan. Okay.
So hashtag Wheel of Kelsey, tag 2 people, and you'll get a second entry. I just noticed that Chad has a new question here. Is there a certain price point that works?
Price wise, I'm glad he asked this. Thanks, Chad. This is something that I think about quite a lot, and it's not necessarily that the price point is what's going to determine if you will or will not be successful. I think it more so determines what affiliates you should or should not work with. So if you got a $200 product, oftentimes, really like high consideration type products, media buyers like those. Media buyers are the ones that they create an article like top 10 air purifiers, and they're going to buy Google ads and social ads to that content. They love high priced products, but then, low priced products, influencers love those. Social media buyers, you need really low consideration products that people can buy impulsively. So I think just, Chad, if you were going to get started with this, I would just focus on affiliates that you think, or when you talk with a customer success representative at Levanta, affiliates that specifically focus on sort of lower consideration niche products.
All right. Okay. We're going to go over to the wheel in 1 second. Rob, what's your contact information?
Yeah. So, I was going to pop it in the chat, but I don't know how. You can reach me at rob@levanta.io. You can also just go to our website, levanta.io, and you'll have probably a higher likelihood of reaching somebody. You can just go through our contact form, through our support form, or you can sign up for a free account just to kind of look at things. Otherwise, you can find me on LinkedIn, Rob Schab. My name's right there, so easy to find me.
Okay, very good. Kels, let's go over to the wheel.
It's time for the Wheel of Kelsey.
All right. You're popular, Rob.
All right. Yes, we got lots of entries here. Let me shuffle these up. And if you are the winner of today's Wheel of Kelsey, email me kate@lunchwithnorm.com. And it looks like Bartnet.
All right, Bartnet.
Congratulations. Also, Rob, there is the affiliate marketing forecast that you sent over. Do you want to talk a bit about that?
Yeah, do you happen to have the link to that, Kelsey?
Yep, I do.
Yeah, if you're at all interested in this channel and kind of want to get a feel for what can I expect specifically in the month of Prime Day, we've built a calculator where you can put in your product category and your commission that you might offer hypothetically, and we can tell you basically last Prime Day what other products in that category with that commission rate have essentially generated in sales. So you can expect maybe something similar as an uplift for those deal days. So I think Kelsey will drop that in the chat. I definitely recommend giving that a look. And our sales team gets back usually in 24, 48 hours with a projection for you.
Oh, that's pretty cool. All right. Yeah. There it is. No, it isn't. There it is. And we'll also put it into our WhatsApp group.
There you go.
Okay. Well, Rob, thanks for coming on today. This was great. Lots of new information for our listeners and a great giveaway.
Yeah. Yeah. Very happy to be here. And it's great to see your channel growth, Norm, and all the people that are joining this. I appreciate all the great questions and, ones that I haven't gotten that are making me think. And I love that. So it's always a pleasure to chat with you.
Want more great information? Don't forget to subscribe by clicking here. Also, if you want to check out our latest podcasts, click over here.
Lunch with Norm.